Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen, and this is the Successful Woman's Mindset Book Launch Summit. I am excited to have with me from California today, Tracy Repchuk. Welcome, Tracy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me. Very excited.
So I thought my last interview was my last. I messed up, and I did say that at the end. No big deal. We're going to wrap up with Tracy. It's been an exciting month of interviews, 23 women to be exact. Wow. I love spotlighting women from all over the world. We've covered 3 countries and probably about 15 to 20 states. So we've covered quite a bit. The most exciting part about this summit has been that when I wrote the book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, I felt that there was this formed bond between women entrepreneurs from all over the world. And this summit has really shown me that no matter where you live, no matter where you're doing business, there's a common ground between us. So Tracy, we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to wrap it up with excitement. We might even do It's a Wrap at the end, right? We'll have a lot of fun with this one. So let me tell everybody a little bit about you. Tracy is a 7-time international best-selling author, a world-renowned speaker in over 37 countries, and an online marketing strategist and thought leader. With awards from the White House and President Obama, Tracy has been an entrepreneur since the age of 19, when in 1985 she started a software company directly out of college, and with over 30 years of business, internet, and marketing experience, she's helped thousands of clients reach millions with their message. In addition, she has appeared as a technology specialist on multiple international television networks such as ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, HDTV, Forbes, USA Today, over 50 publications, newspapers, magazines, and featured in 3 motivational movies. Go, Tracy. Go, Tracy. I'm going to go there because this is the way to wrap up, woman.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for being a part of this. I love everything I read, and I read it with enthusiasm because we work our butts off for those credits, don't we?
We do. We do. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would love to start out with, how do you define the successful woman's mindset?
You know, it's how we get where we are, quite frankly, right? A successful woman's mindset is one of a compassionate warrior. Compassionate because we need to add empathy and caring for individuals, and warrior because it's mandatory that you fulfill your goals, vision, mission, and purpose, the one that you came to this earth to do. You know, and to do that, you're going to have to be brave, courageous, take risks, persist against all odds and barriers. And, you know, I think it's even more important right now because we're at a tipping point in history, and it's time for women to step up, claim their power, and ensure that the human race, and this planet are taken care of.
And who better to do it than women?
Right on.
I always laugh because I spent the first part of my life, really half of my life, working in an industry where it was largely male. And I loved it. My clients, my fellow commercial real estate agents, everything. And I still run that business. It's my baby. But then I ventured into the world of female entrepreneurs. And even though I worked with women as well and was in organizations, it's fun for me to say, well, I love men too.
Me too. I love them.
Yes, married we have no problem with
years.
That. This is not about that today. This is about women. So
that's right.
Successful woman's mindset. And that's what we're talking about. So we're going to have a little bit of fun with this today. Mm-hmm. How do you within yourself embody the definition that you mentioned of the successful woman's mindset? And how do you help your clients embody that and really showcase it?
Right. Well, you know, I have been about kind of women empowerment from the beginning. I remember in middle school, I actually fought to be able to take courses that weren't for women. I was the first woman to take woodwork versus home economics. In high school, I had the rules changed for school presidency. In college, I took courses, of course, dominated by men, such as computer science and systems analysis. And then when I graduated at the age of 19, in 1985, I started a software company. There were not women in that industry at all. It was a completely male-dominated field. And, you know, this helped to open up doors for other women to move into that. And I was spending my time pitching, you know, against IBM and large accounting houses. Then I was the first woman to have a seat on the Provincial Board of Governors for Certified Management Accountants, which I am. And then kind of the biggest catalyst, and that's when I really started to do it consciously. The other things were more like a fight for, you know, getting us a place at the table. But this one was an interesting one. I went to my first World Internet seminar back in 2006. And 4 days, you know, speaker after speaker after speaker, and literally it was 16 men. And at the end of that, I said, you've got to be kidding me. There's not one woman capable of being on that stage. I'm going to change that. And that's where I really started to start a new movement. And so literally, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but it was an incredible journey because I was the first woman to win New Internet Marketing Success of the Year from the World Internet Summit, which was the event I was at. And then they flew me all expenses paid from California to Singapore to appear on my very first stage in front of 3,400 people. And that launched my speaking career. And then I spent the next 5 years speaking around the world with 15 other men. I'd knocked one of them off. And again, that was to open up the doors for the next generation of women that really had something to say and something to offer that field.
So just real quick, let me stop, because all that is amazing. What I'm hearing is you embody the successful woman's mindset by within yourself, through your career, through your businesses and professions, embracing the idea that heck no, don't say no to me, and then paying it forward in a sense by making sure that now it's become easier for other women. So in short, wouldn't you say that really is recognizing your opportunities and embracing them, even if maybe, like you said, you didn't even know how to accomplish what you set out to?
Yeah, definitely. I was there to embrace, to break down barriers. And I think the important part is you don't need to know the how. You just have to shoot that, what I'll call dream vision out there, and then be receptive to the answers that the universe is going to help you to do. You know, because it was incredible. Like you said, you know, now I've spoken in over 39 countries. I've won awards from the Senate, Assembly, White House, and President Obama. And that was actually for my work in the Middle East, where I was helping to establish women entrepreneurial centers, particularly in Kuwait, in a country where women weren't allowed to be entrepreneurs. And so I really like to carry this empowerment onto women in business, because that's where you can also control your own financial freedom.
Right. So the successful woman's mindset, the way that you embody it, is through grasping those opportunities, seeing where the gaps are, seeing where there's holes. And it's so unfortunate that there still are for women. It's crazy. And really setting your path to figure out a way, as well as open it up to others. So how do you, in turn, in your business, in your speaking, whatever it is, in your writing and everything, because you do so much, now show your clients how to embody the successful woman's mindset?
Yeah, well, if I were to define what I do, it's actually, I'm a catalyst for messengers. And so for over 32 years, I've been so intimate with technology since starting a software company at the age of 19. In 1994, before it was even called the internet, I was developing programs for the government, nonprofit, lottery corporation, and banks. Then I was developing websites and creating an online presence for companies during the infancy of all of this. We were one of the first 100,000 sites on the internet. And then fast forward to 2006, and that's where I really found internet marketing. And I was like, oh, this is how we're going to leverage the power of women and start to really get it out there. So I launched my first book, 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles, which became a bestseller. And then I started to help women brand themselves online, and help to position you as the expert and authority that you are. Then I really help with the email marketing funnel, so that it can capture and convert to clients, and then rapidly take that through a structured series of programs. And then most of all, how to increase your prices to ensure that you are not overworked and underpaid and are making what you deserve. I think that was one of the biggest issues I encountered with women in particular. I have taken, people from ground zero to speaking on stages within days of launching an effective landing page, to booking 30 speaking gigs with an effective online branded website, to making over 30,000 on a product launch that wasn't even built yet, to 10xing prices and increasing bookings for TV, becoming bestsellers, and all points in between.
Sure. So it's so fun for me, because each woman I interview that talks about how she embodies the successful woman's mindset, how she helps her clients embody it, I keep hearing little keywords. I'm going, oh my gosh. So it's, as you know, as an author, I just wrote my first book. You've written many. You try to write what you know, what you've experienced, what you've learned, but also how you can impact. You mentioned that to be successful, you must be visible. And in my book, I have a chapter called She is Visible. Oh gosh, you've got to be. And you've got to be. And then you also spoke about how you help your clients embody and understand their value. And I have a chapter all about that she must know her worth and her value. And it's so fun for me that you're showing people, because the how really is the easiest part. People don't recognize it. And I talk about that a lot too, just like you did, where you might know that you want to do. So for example, when you knew there was a class you couldn't take, you didn't know how you were going to be able to take that class and figure, but you knew you were gonna. So you had this end result in mind. Such a young age you started, which is fabulous. And then you said, I'm going to take this woodworking class. What were you, 13? How old were you, Tracy?
Yeah, I would have been 12 or 13.
Years old, and you're like, heck no, you're not going to say no to me, right?
Well, it was more like, I'm not going in the kitchen. I'm going to go figure it. In my middle school, we didn't have that differentiation. I actually took woodworking. Home ec didn't interest me. So I took woodworking in middle school. I went to school in Southern California for middle school. Right.
So it's so fun for me to hear that, because I couldn't even imagine if they put out the schedule and my buddy Jim said he's taking woodworking and I had to take home ec. That would have just made me mad.
That's exactly what happened. There was no choice at that time. And I was like, heck no.
I love it. I love it. You have truly lived so far and continue to live, in my opinion, the successful woman's mindset. You just know that something needs to be changed. You know you need to make an impact. You do it. And you've had so many firsts in your life. So before you share with everybody a free gift, I'd love for you to share a little bit about how, if somebody's listening and there's something in their life, in their business, in their profession, in their job, where they're being told, no, it doesn't work this way. What could you suggest to them to have this successful woman's mindset on, yes, it's possible?
As we know, mindset is everything, and it definitely impacts your success. And I think one of the biggest things I work with my clients is the confidence. So when you increase your confidence, then you can learn to embrace your worth, charge higher prices and stand firm in what your value is and attract your ideal audience. As it pertains to everything that you do, whether, you're sitting there going, well, I can't do that, or they're saying no to me, then that's where you have to gain the confidence and say, look, either I don't think this is right, or I think I should be the one that takes the risks. Remember, I talked about the compassionate warrior, right? You're going to have to take risks. You're going to have to live in that free fall. I live outside of my comfort zone all the time.
Yes.
And
the only place things happen.
It is. It's the place where it all happens, and it's a very scary place to be. But I think that's where the confidence comes in, is knowing that you're not going to hit the ground.
Yes.
Something will come and it will help to move your momentum to that next level. But if you're standing still, or you're in your comfort zone, or you're saying somebody else will deal with that, then you're going to find out that you know, you're not moving or not living the life you're meant to live. Because if you've had that thought, it's yours to execute. That's really what starts to emerge.
Yes. And I have a chapter in my book called She Gets Comfortable with the Unknown. You can't.
Yeah.
People that are really focusing on the success that they want. And what I love that's been a constant theme with all 23 women that I've interviewed has been, it's never really about us. So even though you really wanted to take that woodworking class, it wasn't like, I'm doing this because I have to take woodworking. It's, oh, heck no, you're not going to say no to all my friends. And I love that about the women that I've had the blessing of and honor of interviewing, such as yourself. It's so much fun talking to someone like you, because what I see is at times, okay, wait, how am I going to do this? No, it's, I'm going to do this and figure out how afterwards.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen that? What kind of advice?
It's the key.
Yeah. What kind of advice? Yes, it's the key. It's the key. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. I want you to hear what Tracy said. It's the key. What kind of advice could you give someone watching that says, great, Tracy, I think it's wonderful that you've done all these things, but I am scared to death and I don't have the confidence in myself.
Most clients that I get don't have the confidence in themselves.
Yes.
And here's one of the biggest things that I've done to improve a client's confidence. You know, it sounds funny, but if you look as good online as you do off, you're professionally matching. I've met so many successful women at an event, and they're saying they're a speaker and they're this and they're an author and they're a coach. And I'm like, great, maybe I can refer you, right? And then I go and look at their website. And as minute as this sounds, that's where people are going to find you, right? So if you're a big, huge confidence here and your online presence isn't representing that, it's going to affect you. You're going to, in the back of your head, go, I hope they don't look at me on Google. I hope they don't go to my website. Hope they don't check out my social media. Because if your message isn't clear, if your branding isn't clear, if it's not aligned, your program structure and offers are all over the place and they're confusing, you need to step into your power, claim your space in the online world, because that is the place that is going to make or break you. Prospects will look you up on Google. And if it takes a risk of investment or to get the look you need online, that alone will increase your confidence and belief in yourself. And you need a coach, a mentor, and you need someone to help you do that.
I have a chapter that I talk about how as women, we are not good at investing in ourselves. We're ready to go invest in everybody that we love. But if you're watching this and you are an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, depending on your business, you need to recognize, please, especially this is usually the stepping stone. As a business performance expert, I work with my clients to take them to the next level. And I recommend people like you, because it's great if you're doing what you love, you're making a few $1,000s, maybe 20 grand a year, but there's a reason you're doing what you're doing and how many hours you're spending on it. So please recognize your value, recognize the value of the message you want to give. There's something so powerful. And we live in a world today where the second somebody wants to connect with me, I am checking, I call it internet stalking. I am checking them across all avenues. And I know it's being done to me. I know. So you need to recognize the value. Now, if you're happy where you're at and you're not interested in growing, and there's nothing wrong with that, own it, be happy with it. But most of the people that Tracy and I work are ready to go to the next level, and they're like ready to take over the world.
Yeah.
So it's so important. And I love what you said about the person you meet versus the person in person versus the person online, that they have to be the same, because that's so truthful. I can't tell you how many times a client will hire me and I'll immediately look at all of their stuff and go, wait, You just told me you're doing all these wonderful, amazing things, and I don't see any of it. Let's go. Let's start changing things. So thank you for bringing that to the forefront. It really embodies the successful woman's mindset to recognize that you must be visible. And that's the only way you can make an impact. I'm sure that you've been visible nonstop since day one in your business, because that's the only way you can help others.
Exactly. Yes. In this era, it's a must and a mandatory. You know, you can't escape it. You'd be like an ostrich with your head in the sand if you think you can.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing all of those wonderful tips with us and your expertise and your experience. And obviously you're very qualified, overqualified to do what you do, because you yourself have embodied that within your business and within the things that you do. So thank you. Thank you. Women like you are so important to the change in this world.
Thank you.
So Tracy, tell everybody, I know you're giving them something awesome today. What is it that they're going to get?
Well, one of the things you can do is if you go to fastactionresults.com, you can get a guide that I've written called How to Double Your Income in 3 Simple Steps. I think it's very important that women understand, you know, create, connect, convert. You have to have this cycle and this automation, especially if your goal is to reach millions. You can't do it just on the phone all day long, right? We need to create systems and structures and flow and set up something online. And so I show you the 3 steps that are important to integrate into your life today. And for those of you who are interested, once you go there and grab your guide, you're actually welcome to book a free discovery call. I'm happy to look at your stuff online, give you advice, and let you know maybe what it would take for me to help get you looking as good online as you do off.
Take you to the next level. It's all, I don't know, I love that saying. I'm sorry, you might be overused. I don't really care. I'm visual, so I always see the next level, the next level. And I know, Tracy, that one thing you and I for sure have in common is that we're looking to succeed as much as possible in the hours and days we have left in our life. And
absolutely,
because we come from a place of passion and purpose. And because we know the impact that we can make in this world if we take that next step. So I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you're doing. If you're interested in learning more about Tracy Repchuk, Tracy, what is your website?
It is tracyrepchuk.com, TracyRepchuk.com.
Perfect. And we'll make sure we put the link for you for the fabulous free gift that she's offering. If you're watching this in replay, you'll see it in the body of the email. If you're watching this live, it'll be right below for you to grab. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tracy. It's been a great way to wrap up the summit on a high note with you, the energy and everything that you're doing. And thank you so much for joining me. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for taking me on this journey and being a part of it. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen. I'm the author of The Successful Woman's Mindset. What you can do is check out the book at thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com. Have a fabulous rest of your day.